In today's world of wealth inequality, hyperinflation, and heated debates around modern monetary theory, more people are searching for answers. In this episode of Economics Explained Through Ancient History, we explore how ancient civilizations built the world's first reserve currency. Long before the US dollar dominated global trade, because before the dollar, before central banks, before fiat money, there was gold. And there was Rome. Right now, the US dollar sits at the center of global finance. It powers international trade, it prices commodities, it shapes geopolitics. But here's the real question. What was the world's first reserve currency? Was there a currency so powerful that entire empires depended on it? A currency trusted across continents? To answer that, we go back, deep into ancient history. First, what is a reserve currency? It's a currency that governments hold in large quantities. It's trusted in global trade. It holds value across borders, and it becomes the foundation of international stability. Today, that's the dollar. But thousands of years ago, there was no Federal Reserve, no IMF, no modern monetary theory. Yet ancient civilizations still built global monetary trust. And the most powerful example was Rome. Around 27 BCE, Rome introduced a gold coin called the aureus. This wasn't just money, it was precision, it was consistency, it was power. The gold content was standardized, the weight was controlled, the purity was trusted. Merchants in Britain accepted it, traders in Egypt relied on it, armies were paid with it. For the first time in history, a single currency connected multiple continents. That is not just economics, that is strategy. Trust created value, and Rome mastered trust. But here's what made it global. Rome didn't just mint coins, it built roads, ports, legal systems, tax networks, military protection. A reserve currency is never just about metal, it's about stability. Merchants believed Roman gold would hold value, governors collected taxes with confidence, soldiers trusted their wages, and that belief is what created one of the earliest forms of globalization. But then, pressure began to build. Military campaigns expanded, administrative costs soared, corruption increased. Rome needed money, and instead of structural reform, they chose expansion of supply. They reduced the gold and silver content in their coins, a quiet change, at first unnoticed. This is called debasement. Over time, prices rose, confidence weakened, trust cracked. One of the earliest cases of hyperinflation in ancient history had begun. The wealthy held land and assets, the poor held devalued currency. Wealth inequality widened. Sound familiar? History doesn't repeat exactly, but it rhymes. Rome wasn't the first to experiment with monetary dominance. The Persian Empire introduced the daric centuries earlier, a gold coin trusted across vast territories. Consistency built trust, trust built trade, trade built power. But Rome scaled it to a new level. They didn't just use currency, they weaponized it. And when Rome weakened, the system fractured. Trade routes shrank, regional currencies emerged, barter returned in some areas. When a reserve currency collapses, global stability shifts. This wasn't just economic decline, it reshaped political authority, it intensified wealth inequality, it redistributed power. Reserve currencies rise with discipline and fall with mismanagement. Now let's bring this forward. Today, the US dollar dominates global trade, but the risks remain. Excessive debt, currency expansion, inflation pressure, geopolitical tension. Modern monetary theory suggests sovereign currency issuers can expand supply under certain conditions. Rome believed something similar in practice. When spending rose, they increased supply, and the result was predictable: loss of trust. And trust is the true foundation of every reserve currency. Not gold, not paper, not digital numbers on a screen. Trust. Ancient civilizations understood something deeply psychological. Money is belief. When citizens believed in Rome's strength, Gold had power. When belief faded, even gold couldn't prevent collapse. Markets today move on similar emotion. Fear triggers crashes, panic causes bank runs, confidence sustains systems. Economics explained through ancient history reveals a simple truth. Monetary systems are social contracts. Break the contract and the structure cracks. During Rome's decline, wealth inequality expanded dramatically. Elites accumulated assets. Common citizens struggled with rising prices. Inflation redistributes wealth. It punishes savers. It rewards asset holders. This pattern is ancient and modern. Reserve currency status amplifies national strength, but it also concentrates financial power. Ancient history proves this structure is not new, it is systemic. Some argue gold itself, not Rome, was the true first reserve currency. Egypt valued it, Persia standardized it, Greece traded it, Rome scaled it. But here's the deeper truth: gold alone is just metal. Empires give money meaning. Without political stability, even gold loses authority. So before the US dollar, before central banks, before modern monetary theory, ancient civilizations already understood the power and danger of global monetary dominance. Rome built one of the first true reserve currencies. It unified trade, it projected strength, it reshaped economics. But when discipline faded, when spending exceeded productivity, when currency manipulation replaced reform, the system cracked. Ancient history teaches us trust builds empires, mismanagement destroys them. Currencies evolve, empires change, human behavior remains. And that may be the most important lesson of all.